the channel. Celeste True Philosopher, back with another round of Demon Souls. Because I'm not giving up. Want to give a special thank you to our Authentic, Life Alex 909, Merc the Jerk for the raid of the first stream that I should have kept. Instead of looking at the time and been like, oh, I spent 11 hours. And my brain was like, but you did help Atomic Darkside for like 2 streams. So, that's why it's been 11 hours. Didn't matter. I was like, that's too long. And now we've been in the last, in the cycle of this. This is probably what, take 4, take 5, I'd say. I want to be like take 3, but no, take 3 was the last one. For A Bridge Between Streams, episode 3. Where was I? But yes, thank you, Mark the Jerk, though, for the raid. I really appreciate it. It was the first one I had, and I started looking into how to do raids and recommended streams. So that's also something, but I can talk about that later on. And thank you, Dragon Infernos, for joining, for following from the raid with Merc the Jerk. And thank you, at Drowsy Asteroid. And by the way, sorry I keep missing you guys. You show up at the end of the... I gotta get off the stream, and then you're like, see ya! I'm like, oh, I was waiting for people, and then you show up. But it's alright. I'll get on a schedule at some point. I will try. I'm working on it. And at Gaming Blings, any thoughts and opinions you have of the stream, send them on Discord. Oh, good, I don't chat much. Oh, hey, how's it going? That's fine, I appreciate you showing up. Come to watch me die again. No, knock on wood, this might go might go a little bit better this time. I'm hoping. Okay, I'm not hoping, I'm gonna manifest it. It's going to happen. You're here. It'll work. I'm gonna die before I get to the Vanguard Demon, that's what'll happen. You're like, why did he go down? Overconfidence? You've got this. Alright, so let's get into it. And the last true philosopher. And once again, I want to thank Natalie, the artist and graphic designer from Futuristic Productions, that worked with me on developing this hand-drawn logo. And this stream is powered by Lightstream. And Drowsy Asteroid, have you ever thought about this wall? Or anything that's on this wall? In the other streams, yes, I'd go through and I'd be like, what is thought? What is power? What is society? What is money? Why does this guy keep asking, what are these things? What is virtue? What is will? What is hope? What is the soul? Especially because we're doing Demon Souls. Are we an animal? Are we different from animals? What is existence? What is time? What is purpose? What is destiny? What does it mean to be a human being? So, have any of these questions ever crossed your mind? And what do you think all these things have in common? A pain in the butt? I think about what money is quite a bit. Oh, nice. So, in a survivalist sense, is how to attain money, or I'm going about this the wrong way. So what is it about money that you think about? That's the better question. Thank you. And this is A Bridge Between Streams, episode 3. I'm not going to add a take to it. Probably take 4. We'll go with take 4. That sounds better. Demon Souls, first playthrough. Part 1. Out of the Unknown. The Future Present Link to Future Past. A Twitch and YouTube connected streaming experience. Demon Souls is developed by From Software and published by Japan Studio, Sony Computer Entertainment, NA Atlas, PAL and Namco Bandai partners, and now for the gaming part of the program, and I'll switch back to the chat, because I couldn't see it while I was doing this. It doesn't pop up on live stream. So I saw it popping up on the corner of my eye on the television, And now we get to see the opening again. That dragon. Why did we assign value to these certain things like gold as we have? And that is an excellent question. And why then do we also think that like our economic system can't ever be changed? Like we started attaining values and we moved from like a tribal sense to if you can provide me a good, I'll provide you with this good. But actually, thinking about it, my daughter had a math question, or it was about currency. It was about money, and it was like, how? So, say you were a baker, and you wanted to trade for wood to build a house. How many loaves of bread would it take to equal the value of a house? So, how could we um, manage each other in a system? But I think the first question is like, what is what is money, and what is it about it that we need? If we could figure out why it exists, you can modify its existence. I think by understanding the nature of it. So we know we need to. I suppose once you reach a certain population. I don't know. I'll think about this while the intro videos are going on for Demon Souls. But yeah, and I don't have an answer, but I appreciate the discussion on it because by just asking the question, that is philosophy, and that is what I'm here to offer you: a game and questions, maybe some answers. Maybe we'll find answers together. I mean, that'd be the best idea. It's an interesting thing to ponder. I think so. I've thought about everything on that list throughout my life, and I still don't have any answers to it. I'm just like, human beings are remarkable creatures, but when it comes to why we exist, we have so much potential, and yet we direct people in a sense. I don't think we really like also question things anymore, unless we're asking Google a question. Then we're definitely asking questions. But I digress. Thank you so much for chatting. Even if you don't chat that much, I appreciate it. This is what I'm trying to do. And you found me through Demon Souls. And you can thank Atomic Darkside for that. You'd been begging me to play this forever. And then I ended up in my repetitive cycle that I had started when I had even first done Demon Souls, or first played Demon Souls on the PlayStation 2. And I was trying to work the mechanics, and I was like, man, it's so intricate. And then finally, I had developed a way to, clear out a few of the Arc Stones. And got pretty far until I got to the Tower of Latria. I found you by searching for Demon Souls, but stayed because your name caught my eye. Oh, well, thank you. Yes, since Google decided that there's a debate between who the last true philosopher is, this is the story behind my name. Because I was the gaming philosopher 1, and I had realized that through doing research, but that I guess users with a 1 by their name, it could be like fraudulent accounts, or they take other Twitch users. Anyway, it's a long story. But needless to say, when I was like, you know what, I'm gonna actually like put something into a channel. I'm going to make this nothing into something, because it started as an idea, and technically you could say that unless you like write an idea down or enact an idea, it's a nothing. I mean, it's something, but it's nothing at the same time because it's a thought, and we can think thoughts, but can you see a thought? Can you taste a thought? Can you smell a thought? Maybe if you have a thought when you fart, but nah. You're like, oh, that smells. That's more environmental. I thought I was on a roll, guys, okay? Oh, by the way, I did see you take on the Tower Knight, but I was at work, and it was at the end of my lunch break. So hopefully that turned out well for you, Drowsy Asteroid. It did, I beat him. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. So were you doing New Game Plus? That is awesome that you've beat the game twice. I myself have not beat it on any console. I was going to put that in the chat, and I'm like, nah, no, the opening is done. But no, the furthest I got, I had slain the Archdemon in Stonefang Tunnel, in the Storm Shrine. Got to the Maneater in the Tower of Latria, and the Penetrator Knight in Voltaria, and got the Mausoleum Key. Then had no idea what I was supposed to do with it. Something I've learned later, though. Apparently, there is a locked door behind the black-eyed phantom that I'd killed before, and I was like, wonder where that door goes. I hate the man. I know, right? Like, it was fine when it was the one, and then you get it down to half health, and then you get a second one at completely full health, and it's just as bad. Now you've got two gargoyles. Ugh. Maneater. Yeah, I think that's the world tendency stuff. Yes, I would. I would agree. That's the other thing that's great. Of course, I think they also changed that in the remaster, because I feel like you could die a couple more times than just once before it started making an impact in your world. Like, I remember Satsuki showing up when back when I was good at this, and I got through the adjudicator and didn't die, and I was human. I had the white soul tendency, and then Satsuki was standing up there, and he's like, I'm looking for the Masamune. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know where it's at. And then at one point, I did figure out, I got the Masamune to come down off the plateau. I haven't been able to recreate it because I have no idea exactly what I did, and this has been years ago. But But then I gave it to him, and he was like, well, now this sword needs blood. And then he just comes after you, and I'm like, come on, Setsuki. Why? Just... You were dark all along. Alright, we're gonna go with the Wanderer. A lightly equipped soldier that continues an aimless journey, wields a fashalon and a dagger to handle situations requiring quick wits and fast reactions. I only recently found out about that NPC. Oh, really? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't... You said he beat the game twice, and my brain was like, oh, he knows Setsuki. Yeah, he's a very interesting person. He looks like he'd be cool. Like, I saw him, I'm like, oh, this guy. Like, I like your design. I'm sure that you're a great person. And then I gave him the Masamune, and he's like, no, he's not. He was not. He's like a more vicious Pashis. No, you're good. I don't care about spoilers or anything. I watch these things all the time. Oh, alright. Well, that's just one of the spoilers. As I said, I haven't been through the entire game. But the furthest I got was through Maneater, and I got down to the swampy bits of the Valley of Defilement. And I remember conversations about Garl Vinland Celine Vinland, I think was her name. I don't know, I'd say she'd be a corrupt cleric of some kind. But I don't know too much about it. Just a little bit. My apologies, conversations. In the IRL. I'm so old. And... We're ready? We're ready. Let's go. Let's do this. We got this.
King Allant XII, by channeling the power of souls, brought unprecedented prosperity to his northern kingdom of Boletaria. That is, until the colorless deep fog swept across the land. Boletaria was cut off from the outside world, and those who dared penetrate the deep fog never returned. But Valifax of the Royal Twin Fangs broke free from the fog and told the world of Boletaria's plight. That the old King Allant had roused the Old One, the great beast below the Nexus, from its eternal slumber, and that a colorless fog had swept in, unleashing terrible demons. The demons hunt down men and claim their souls. Those who lose their souls lose also their minds. The mad attack the sane, and chaos reigns. Valifax also spoke of the enticing power of the demon souls. Each time a demon claims a human soul, the demon's own soul is invigorated by the life force, and the power of a mature demon soul is beyond human imagination. The legend spread quickly. Mighty warriors lured by the possibilities braved the fissure to breach the accursed land, but none have returned. Bjor of the Twin Fangs, Yurt the Silent Chief, Saint Urbane, Skirva the Wanderer, the sixth Saint Astrea with her knight Garl Vinland, and Sage Frake the Visionary. colorless deep fog slowly creeps beyond Boletaria's borders. Humankind faces a slow and steady extinction. The deep fog will eventually swallow all lands near and far. But Boletaria has one final hope. A lone warrior who has braved the baneful fog. Ah, has the land found its savior? Or have the demons found a new slave?
Brave soul who fears not death. I shall guide you to the fissure. So that you may lull the old one back to slumber.
So I was looking to see if there was a better, like, surprised face emoji. I don't have one. But I was going to send you a surprise face for the 5 kids. Wow. But wow, yeah. And I appreciate that. I was gonna... Part of me was like, were you trying to start a farm, sir? I get that a lot. You know what they say, the best labor is child labor. It's alright, I make my stuff. It's fine. Everything's fine. A lot of people said that years ago. Well, this is fun. I'm glad that you started chatting. It's cool. Cool for me. I don't know if it's cool for you. It could be my own subjective. You just be like, oh, I'm going to mess with this guy. That might be more of the life of Alex. Twitch. Nah, he seems like a good kid. I feel like he's lurking somewhere. Just... He's gonna pop in. I feel like it's a Bob Ross pick. There are no accidents in painting. And there was the opening that I had been waiting for. I'm having a good time talking with you, so it's cool. I'm playing Metroid, so I might not reply to everything. Well, that's fine. I'm just glad you're here, Chad. Like, we started the dialogue. I've been wanting this for the times that I've been streaming. That is, and it's easier when there's someone to talk to. It's also a little bit easier when I'm actually being proactive and was like, hey, it's nice to have, for sure. Yes. Especially to talk about these these topics and not be like some of the people I work with, unfortunately. It's like my brain doesn't work that way. I don't know why you're asking these questions. I know what money is. I need it to survive. Blah. You never thought about, like, the nature of it? My brain doesn't work that way. I think you're underestimating your brain, but that's between, well, me, and I'm not gonna tell you that, because you already said your brain doesn't work that way. No, but that's why I say, you are infinite potential in a finite body, capable of doing anything you set your mind to. Because that is a life philosophy. A life philosophy. Dude, I have the same problem with people I know. They think me questioning stuff is being rude. Well, yes, you should just take the answer you're given and let that be that. Why do you need to question it? That's when you're like, you know who questions things? Socrates. He's my homeboy. Alright, Vanguard Demon, here we go. Gonna make sure the headset on this thing is not gonna fall out of my ears. Indeed, he did. So back when I first started streaming, I put the About Me as just a guy trying to be like Socrates, with an LOL. That way I don't know if anybody would take it offensive. I've never beaten this opening version of this demon. Really? So I beat it once on the PS3 version. One time. And that was it. Only time I've ever beat him. And since of course, it's not so much on record anymore, but I had beat him like 3 times, and then I think the game was like, oh, you're gonna stream this and restart? Well, let's just amp up the AI a little bit. Well, yeah, but now I haven't been able to beat him since, so now it's just hearsay. It's just my word versus the game. Unless if I beat him here, then I can be like, haha, I said it! And then we can possibly say that the rest of it was true. Unless you watch for the raid, and then, like, Bert the Jerk, he knows it's true. And Dragon Infernos, they know it's true. Exactly. And that's how you work with evidence. You're like, I recount my stream, thank you. And if you don't have that, you go to the people that watched your stream and be like, hey, I need testimony, please. Demon Souls doesn't care, though. It only cares about punishing you repeatedly. I was about to say, if I fucking go through this, he just one-shots me right there in the opening, just... I run right into his blade, like, well, I deserved that. I'm gonna run away from you. Just wish it wasn't such a... No, I'm not gonna make the steak joke, because that's where everything goes wrong. He does not enjoy being called a steak. Oh, no! Wait! Oh, no, see? Every time I talk about it's Angus.
Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended. This is the Nexus. It holds together the northern land of Boletaria. Thou canst not quit the Nexus, but the 5 Archstones will guide thee to the outer lands.
You have died and the Nexus has imprisoned your soul. You cannot escape the Nexus. However, by capturing demon souls, you can reclaim your corporeal body.
Well, you slipped through the fissure too, did you? You came for demon souls? Or to save this land and be remembered as a hero? Hunting for demons? Try one of the Archstones. Now go. That is why you came, is it not? To this accursed Boletaria? You came for demon souls? Or to save this land and be remembered as a hero? Bah, it's all the same. You're just another prisoner of the Nexus. We're welcome here, as long as we keep slashing up demons.
You know, I just figured out what it was. I gave him the wrong hair. That's what I'm gonna say. That's why the Vanguard even beat me. He didn't have the red hairstyle. Didn't go with the 7. I was just looking at him like, wait a minute. He's gonna have long hair now.
I'm Stockpile Thomas. When the Scourge came, I didn't know what hit me. When I came to, I found myself here in this Nexus. My wife and daughter fell victim to the demons. But I would be worthless in battle. At the very least, I hope to lend my assistance to you brave slayers of demons. I would be happy to lighten your load and look after any excess baggage.
And that was 1 second too long, Atreides. Drowsy Asteroid was asking if, or pondering, sorry. Wonder if you fight the Vanguard demon in New Game Plus. And I said that I swore you to secrecy over any spoilers. Apparently, you knew this. We talk theory, but then when you're like, hey, this is later game, what do I say? Shh, you shut your mouth. You will not spoil this for me. The game is hard enough. Don't ruin the story. It makes you work for it. But you can tell him. You can say yes or no. That's not a spoiler. That's just. How do you feel about Stockpile Thomas? Poor Thomas. Doubting Thomas.
When the Scourge came, I abandoned my wife and daughter and fled like a coward. When I came to, I was in this Nexus. I haven't dared venture outside these walls since. I wish I could do more, but I am ignorant of the world beyond these walls. My candle maiden cared for me during my first days here. She says very little, but has a kind heart. She's just the age my young daughter would have been. Poor girl. Trapped here with her eyes occluded by wax. If only something could be done to help her.
So, how do I feel about Stockpile Thomas? Maybe, even though he did flee and his wife and daughter were killed, without him, there wouldn't be anybody to store your goods in the Nexus. So he kind of gave himself a new purpose, if you think about it. No, what do you think? What do you think about Stockpile Thomas? I mean, he's got maybe a redeeming feature there, because he's like, now I store your goods. And since item burden is a thing for Demon Souls, along with equipment burden,
Best of luck to you.
because all items have weight, and that's just real life, that's how it works. Demon Souls is like, we're adding that. It would suck being in that position. As a man, I want to say I would stay and protect, but I've never been in that position. But still, well, think about it. If you live to die another day, could you not maybe avenge or set right their death? But you can't do that if you die. Or maybe he could have protected them, and then they all would have ended up in the Nexus, and then it'd be the Stockpile family, instead of just Stockpile Thomas. And each family member could store a different item for you. So you'd be able to organize your, like the daughter would take care of the healing herbs, because, you know, she's a kid. And then, like, the wife could do spells, and he could handle all the armaments and stone, all the heavy stuff. Look, we just made we've created a family rule in Demon Souls.
You
Wouldn't have been able to do that without you, Drowsy Asteroid, thank you.
The name's Baldwin.
That joke goes to you.
Only blacksmith. It's simple. Just bring me all the souls you can. In trade, I'll give you weapons. Or forge the ones you already have. With your souls, I can eke out a living. And with my weapons, you can go on living. Not bad, you, eh?
Hey, we all need souls to survive. Once either that or go mad, so I mean, damned if you do, damned if you don't, really.
If you haven't heard, there's another blacksmith at the entrance to Stone Fang Mine. He's an eccentric old man. He knows his trade well. He's the only sane one left in a town of soul-starved men. If you do meet him, no, forget it. That stubborn old Ne'er-do-well will just chase you off. There aren't enough smithing tools in this temple to handle all the work. Only certain ores can be used to forge weapons, but you'll just have to make do. And be thankful that I can do anything for you at all in this forsaken place.
Is it just me, or does Blacksmith Baldwin look like he has a lazy eye?
And be thankful that I can do anything for you at all in this forsaken place. You come back alive. I need you.
Oh my, how has this happened? Has God abandoned us for King Alant, failing to show proper respect? Oh, Mbasa. Oh, Mbasa.
Also, I don't know if you know this or not, but if you don't exhaust all of the dialogue, it has an impact in Demon Souls. So I make sure I go until they repeat themselves. Okay, I don't have anything I need to do there. You're not gonna say.
You came for demons? We're welcoming.
Those big things flashing up even. I don't know if I like the remaster version of the Forlorn Knight. Yep, I remember the first time I took them off, yeah. Alright, Bolitarian Palace, Arkstone of the Covetous King. A huge stone castle in the heart of the northern kingdom of Boletaria. Hungry soldiers attack trespassers, their souls stolen by demons, while nearby, terrible dragons have taken roost. Alright, so actually while the dragon was flying by, I thought to myself, back to our conversation on regards to asking questions. How do we know something if we can't ask about it? Like how would you go about knowing something if you couldn't ask a question on it? I think there's a way that we could process information without asking. Yeah. So like a world without questions would be kind of a world with just answers. But then how do you know if they're the right answers? Or would you question if there was a right answer? May want to turn the game volume down a tad, it drowns you out. So, thanks for the heads up. Let me kill this guy so he doesn't kill me while I'm doing that. And I will do that. I appreciate it. I'm still getting the... So, Atomic Darkseid got me a soundboard as a Christmas gift. And completely forgot where I was going. There we go. Turn it all down about halfway. You know, I'm still trying to figure out the audio balance. So I appreciate that. Anything you can tell me to help me make this streaming better for you, I will do. I mean, it's kind of the point. Just like I would do playbacks and watch them and be like, I could barely hear myself. But I also have a low voice, so I try to compensate for that. And speaking at a consistent volume is... it's a difficulty for me. And I have the same thing at work. Guy who's always like, I can't hear you. And he'll try and carry on a conversation with me from across the table, and there's fans and stuff going on, and I'll just be like, what? And I'll say it again, and like, I can't hear you. Like, it's nothing. It's not that important. This is way too much effort for it just to be like, oh, I agree. Doesn't even matter anymore. But I mean, it does, because you wanted to ask me to repeat it if you think about it. Now that I'm thinking about it. So where I could be dismissive and be like, oh, you know, if you can't hear me, it wasn't a big deal. It was just, I was agreeing with it. But you wouldn't know that if you couldn't hear it, so I guess quid pro quo? Oh, and when I was first doing, like, Death Stranding, I would have that on, because I wanted to separate myself from just philosophy. Because I think that, like, so if you ever read any of the Platonic dialogues, I think that's a good example of, like, a snapshot for history for what how philosophy worked. It was just a conversation between people trying to figure out the world we live in. So when it was written, like, as you would have, you know, Plato says, or Socrates would say, Metellus, Gaius, un momento? Luckily, we found a safe place to do that. I had to use my lid opening skills. Oh, he wasn't dead. Fireball against the wall, that's fine. As long as you don't burn me, that's okay with me. There's a better line there. There's a joke. There's the rare... I was an Icarus. I reached too far. I'm gonna say that, and I'm gonna reach the dragon, and it's gonna burn me. And be like, oh look, no, I am Icarus. You flew too close to the sun, Demon Slayer. The Monumentals, what? The dragon sucked my first playthrough. It does. It sucks all playthroughs. That I know, right? And then, if you don't do it right, it'll kick you and burn you at the same time. Which, Atomic Darkseid I got on there the last time I was doing this, and he was like, you gonna make it to the boss? And it was right before the run across the dragon. And I rolled there at the end, but not far enough, because he kicked me into his fiery ground, and I almost died. But luckily I was able to take out the archers and not lose the last, like, 1 health I had. And then I told him about it later. I was like, you almost cost me. Just, you gonna make it to the boss? Well, not now. You put that into the ether, and then Demon Souls was like, yeah, we can amp it up. What they didn't tell you is they put the learning AI into the remaster version. It scales with the difficulty of total gameplay time. Just because the inventors wanted to have a little fun. No, wouldn't that be something though? If they did, they probably wouldn't tell people about it. I think we just got to see the shadows of it, like the Vanguard Demon. It's acting a little tricky now. Oh, let's, not really, I was not fighting him the right way. I've been fighting him on the left, and I think the first time I actually beat him, I used the right side. And kept him about in the middle of those pillars. Not where he was able to... Could you imagine if these games had a learning AI, like you were saying? I know, right? That's what... I know, I was just saying that. Like, that'd be very... Well, so, the Vanguard Demon and the other one started doing the upper slash that he had in the original, but when I was fighting him the first few times, he never used that attack. And then he just pulled it literally out of his ass. And did it, and I wasn't expecting it, because I'm like, well, he hasn't been doing it, I don't know if he's got that moveset. Well, no, he does, he just was choosing not to. So, I don't know, Drowsy Asteroid, I think there's a possibility there. I was talking and not paying attention. my ankles. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me. I know, right? Alright, I'm just throwing firebombs at him. Oh, come on. There we go. Nope. I'm using the wrong part of the stairs is what I'm doing. Just... How about we walk down, you know, where the barrels actually are? Oh! Shit! I knew it! I knew it! I had a sense right before he fucking yelled. I don't usually try and curse in my streams, but Demon's Souls has brought me to that point. Not that there's anything wrong with it, it's just, you know. Do you have a Discord server? Yes, I do. It's the same name. Or no, actually, I want to start a Discord. I had a server for the Gaming Philosopher, but if you add me onto Discord, I do have plans of starting a server, so that is awesome. This game makes you feel like there's always someone there. Yes. Yes, it does. I wholeheartedly agree with that statement, Drowsy Asteroid. Oh, and by the way, I saw your name in blue, and I didn't realize what it was. That's why I sent you the whisper back. That's never happened before, so it was new for me. Thank you for teaching me that there is apparently a whisper thing. I can call you Drowsy? Alright, I'll call you Drowsy. Alright. Could have went back up the other side of the tower, but, you know, just want to take the long way around. And I appreciate that. I haven't had, you know, a lot of experience doing this, actually chatting. It's what I've wanted. I'm like, maybe someone will come. And there have been people, but this is nice. This is new. This is new for me. That's all I want to say. I appreciate it, Drowsy. You know what? I wonder if I throw a firebomb at you. Alright, never mind. I was hoping the fire would reach him. That was anticlimactic. Never been so let down by a fireball. Until now. I'm actually glad that you caught me, you know, not at the end of the street.
Good day to you. Care to look over my wares? Mostly stolen, but who's telling me?
Nobody. Dead men tell no tales, Dredgley.
Brave knight or lowly fodder? The demons snatched their souls regardless of their station, plummeting them all into madness. And those who dare cling to their humanity were hunted down. It is the end of Great Boletaria as we know it. But hell, at least the demons don't send us to our deaths in battle. There's this skinny fellow, clad in the most lavish armor, who's always mumbling about some mission. He's another one who's managed to stay sane, like yourself. Probably some pampered little lordling by the looks of his attire. I'd give an arm just for the buttons off his shirt.
Just for the buttons, eh? I can't find your account. Oh, let me... Uno momento. Oh, it's underscore 64753. Or I can just add you. I've got my Discord up in a relatively safe place. All right. What's your username? Oh, and you can send it in the other chat if you want. Oh, it's just the same. Okay. The dredgelings are yelling. All right. And then you should be getting a friend request.
Go ahead. I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, not until you beat the boss, and then I will leave. Just to be extra sure. Oh man, thank you. No, I really appreciate that, so thank you, Drowsy. Oh, you went to heal. You. It is indeed. It's always nice to have people to chat with. New people to chat with. We're just gonna not die to these dredgelings. He had a big old soul. That didn't, they didn't die, but it didn't flow. didn't float like I... Ah! Oh no! Oh shit! Alright. I didn't heal up after all that. No, that worked better. That was nice. Oh, I know, right? Yes, it makes you really choose your moments to be able to heal. That's... But these are all the reasons why, it was said to be one of the hardest games for the PlayStation 2. My buddy had told me that when I was going to the community college, and asked me if I ever heard of Demon's Souls. I was like, no. Like, it's supposed to be this really hard game. It's the hardest game. It was voted the hardest game for PlayStation 2. And I'm like, no way. And then I played it, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is... I didn't know masochism until now. And apparently I am one. But it was cool, because it's a game that forces you to get better. I mean, if you don't improve your skills, then you just... The PS2? Yeah. That's when it first came out. And then I think they re-released it for the PS3. And then not for the PS4. And then the remaster to, I think PlayStation wanted to sell games. So they were like, hey, we're going to remaster it and only put it on the PS5. No, I don't. No, Demon's Souls. I'm pretty sure Demon's Souls was for the PS2. Or maybe I'm thinking PS3. Well, it would have been, I think, 2008, 2009. I think it's when I played it. I'll be right back. I gotta try and find some spaghetti noodles. Alright, and we're back. I found this spaghetti like hit from both of us. Oh, okay. I'll have to look into that. I didn't know it. Yeah, I think, but I mean, my memory could be mistaken as well. And I could be thinking of the PS3, not the PS2. But see, the PlayStation 3 was backwards compatible as well. So I think... I don't know, there may be a chance. Let's not get stabbed by the Far East soldier, shall we? Can we just not let that happen? There was a lot of spears in my chest. Thank you. He listened! It's kind of reminiscent of what I was, when I watched Tron. It believed in the user. I am the user. My character was like, yeah, I gotta get my shit together, man. Come on. Looks down at the spear hole and he's like, what am I doing with my life? Letting it drain? Kinda out of all of the open orifices. Alright, we're almost there. Almost through Boletaria. Oh shoot, you know what I didn't do? I know what I didn't do. Everybody's favorite Golden Knight, Ostrava. I'm coming back for you, Ostrava. Even though apparently, if a Black Phantom invades you, Ostrava gives no cares. He does not. He's just. I love Ostrava too, but I thought that when I got invaded there at the end, I gave Atomic Dark Side all my supplies because I'm like, I'm resigning myself to the end of this Demon's Souls playthrough. It is done. Sasuke's going to murder me, and I need the Storm Shrine. So that's more of a personal preference of needing the Storm Shrine. If I actually needed it, just like having it. And with Sasuke there, I could not have it. And that fucked me. Alright, 1 out of the 7. That, was well placed. Alright.
That was a bold leap. A surprise indeed. Well, now that you are here, pray thee, fend off these dreglings.
There's more. Oh. Don't worry, it won't be the drudglings that'll get me. It's the fire sitting on the ground. Environmental damage! Instead of emotional damage.
My thanks for your brave rescue. I am Ostrava of Boletaria. Accept this as a token of my gratitude. Now I take my leave. There is something I must do. No matter how far I venture, only the soul-starved remain. Is there a single sane person left in Boletaria?
I completely agree with that. Yes, how some games have environmental damage and other games don't, because then you get accustomed to having environmental damage, and you walk through a fire and you're like, I'm on fire! But you're not. But you dodge away real quick because you're used to being on fire. Same with friendly fire. Oh yeah. Yes. Yes. Helldivers 2 is a great example of that. Friendly fire is not friendly. Oh, friendly fire. Just... thinking of all the times that I've played Helldivers 2 with Atomic Darkside, and friendly fire was more than involved. Friendly fire, friendly punches, just friendly massacres. There's one time he was like, oh, there was a group of enemies coming towards you. And then I watched the stream. It's fun. The Helldivers 2, I haven't played the first one. But he did talk me into the second one. More or less because he did a sure play and had watched the opening video. And the opening movie is exactly why I bought that game. It's and it's well done. It's community based, which at times can be a little where you're like, am I actually making progress on this planet, or is it just not worth it to me? So I haven't quite figured out how the liberation status works, but it is fun. It's a little rough in the beginning, not like these warriors from the east, who would just let them stab you, will kill you. Oh look, firebombs. Let's catch me on fire too. Long as stab you with spear. Oh, come on. Let's solo. Same here. I didn't know that there was the first one until the second one came out, and I'm like, I never heard of the first one. Then I think I ended up looking it up on PlayStation and found out it came out some years ago, and it was top down, and I'm like, alright. I just never heard of it. Always planned on picking it up at some point, but and trying it out. Played through the first Galactic Conflict. I'll see, maybe if it goes on sale, we'll make a note to keep an eye on it. Alright, come on, dragon. PC and PlayStation, but I'll have to see which, I'll have to look it up again, find out which system it came out for, if it was PS4 or PS5. I imagine PS4 first, and then it got the upgrade to PS5. If I was to hypothesize. Alright, this dragon is just... Something is wrong here. Something is not right. This is not right. This is not how that dragon reacts. That's not... This is not normal. You don't go that far across the bridge without the... like... I don't know if it's just me and I'm overthinking it, or it's the game and it's quite literally messing with me right now. Alright, maybe I'm safe. Maybe I can go across the bridge then. I mean, I don't remember putting the thief ring on, but... Why not both? I like a little bit of extra health. Oh, and the rings. No. Or about the game fucking with me. Because that is code. See, now he's doing what he's supposed to do. But when you cross that bridge, like, It's always through fire. I'm not even going back to the purchase. I'm just gonna pull. We're just gonna go. We're just gonna keep going. It is. It's like, is it Mark Twain that said, "Be careful when looking into the abyss, for the abyss looks back into you." When you play Demon's Souls plays back. Makes you ask, am I playing the game or is the game playing me? Never know. And the developers will never tell you. They'll just sit in the chair like Dr. Evil. Just... Oh, Scott! We got another one! Well, thank you. If it wasn't for your interaction, I wouldn't have thought of the question. That question belongs as much to me as it does to you. Anybody gonna drop a spear? No? No spear for me? Alright. Not today. No spear for the philosopher. These games play us like fiddles? Yes, they do. They play you enough to make you ask, is the game playing me? Which... not a lot of games make you ask that question. Oh, man! You weren't supposed to jump that far! Alright, now I'm just over. No. That's a backstep for you. I was about to say, I think I'm gonna make it through without dying, and then I almost walked off the ledge there. Zelda has never made me ask that height as Mario. I think with Mario, you just kind of wonder if it's, well, no, I don't know. You can pretty much see what's gonna be the endless abyss in Mario. Or I guess the old school Marios. But like Mario 64, there was no fall damage. He just got to, you know, fall from a great distance and he just bounced. Because he's Mario. You don't ask why, you just know he can do it. But then that's how it tricks you, because then you don't realize that there's environmental damage, and then you've got a game that does environmental damage. And you're like, hey, well, Mario. Mario's for beginners, sir. Our tastes have evolved. Yeah, look at that! Alright. I'll take it. The ruins of my fallen foes. Alright, let's check goods. Fix our inventory here. Yeah, I used all my fire bombs, which is fine. I use pirates. I'm not taking any chances. Not by this point. First things first, let's go ahead and pick off all the stragglers. knew they were coming, but I didn't know how I was going to evade them. When you say our interests have evolved, are you saying you don't like Mario anymore? Oh no, I still totally play Mario on the Wii. And Mario Kart. Or not the Wii. What's the thing now? Switch. That's what it is. My daughter loves Mario. We played that Mario Wonder and Mario Party, Mario Kart. Not sure what that one was Glitch doing there. It's kind of bubbling up out of the ground. And Yoshi is still my favorite character. That has never changed. And that won't change. It's got my heart. There's nothing better than that, My brain's too focused on the, on the play with the Phoenix Demon to do the sound effects. Like usually like a bring. So when Yoshi hovers, it does look like it takes quite a lot out of him to do that. Like, here's that whole like he's oh, constipated. I love his look. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna do the lerp, but yeah, my brain's not letting me do it right now. Like baby Yoshi's when they go. That's what I'll do. That's Yoshi sound effects to Demon Soul. You know that is flutter. Could you imagine how hard that is? Yes, it does. I know. It takes a lot of work for Yoshi. Like he's got air coming off, and his lips are all puffed down. And he's got his little feet just a fluttering in the air. Like, it does not look like it's a very comfortable experience for Yoshi. But in times of trouble, he will flutter. And then put his enemies in a day. Because that's the way of the Yoshi. You don't have to kill your opponents. Just use them for food. Oh, that didn't work. I'm glad. I was gonna run up and I thought I was gonna one-shot him and it was gonna be like, no. What army was it that used the shield and spear like this boss? The Greeks. The Phalanx formation. It was a Greek strategy. Developed by the Mycenaeans. If I remember right. And then the Romans would come up with another version of the Phalanx wall. Don't know why I was thinking the Spartans. No, the Spartans did it too. Or they were Greek. They were Greek city-states. So it kind of gets mushed together. Unless you look at the individual Greek city-states. But yes, I think the Spartans were the first to develop the phalanx wall, and then they taught it to the rest of the Grecian army after Menelaus had... I regained my corporeal form. I've got a body. I was talking to you. I forgot to read the thing. So I had to make a note. Yeah, I think it was the Mycenaeans, which would have been the Spartans, were part of that group. But you'd have to look at the individual Greek city-states before Greek was united as Greece. I want to say Menelaus was the first Grecian emperor. Oh, Grecian ruler? Unless Menelaus was Macedonia. Or Agamemnon. I think that's who I'm thinking of. That would be the right one. Menelaus was his brother. Or I'm flipping them. Was there one who had extremely long spears? They would hold them out straight ahead and had shields above to protect them from archers. I think that's when so there was an integration between the Grecian and the Spartan armies when it came to the invasion of Persia, or what? Yeah, when Persia was invading, which they invaded twice, I want to say. Because I think the Athenians were really good with spears. Spartans themselves, they were just really good fighters. And, what else? Oh, they also, women were free in their society, which is one of the things that the Athenians were like, oh, that can't happen. But they let their women compete in the Olympic Games, which always pissed the Athenians off, according to history. It's like, you can't do that. They're like, why? You're just afraid she's going to win. We're Spartans. Like, just strength. Strength was their motto. To the Nexus. What ticked them off? Because they didn't think that it was, so Spartans thought that the Athenians were, overly cultured, like, pansy people. They were like, you care too much about dressing a certain way and, dealing with, like, intellectual pursuits. So, like, the sophist intellectual pursuits. They weren't, and they didn't see them as strong, like as physically strong, and vice versa. The Athenians thought the Spartans were just brutish people. They valued strength over anything else, and they weren't. They saw them as like, I guess, lower in their pursuit of the passions. Let's say. So they didn't think they were dumb. I was trying to find a word that wasn't that, but then I could not. They just didn't think that they had their priorities in line. But then when it came to Persia invaded, they realized they could lose, all of Greece. Then they promised Sparta an island, and then they were like, no, sorry, we're not giving it to you. And they're like, okay, well, we're just going to help the Athenians. We may not like them, but if you're not going to give us the territory you promised, then you're not taking Greece. And that's where the movie and the story of the 300 under Leonidas transpires. But the island wasn't Miletus that they were offering. It was in the Mediterranean Sea. It wasn't Sicily. You're very knowledgeable, dude. I liked history growing up. Um, Always a fan of the phrase that those who forget history are doomed to repeat it, and without our history, we wouldn't be here as well. Uh, the other thing that I believe is that if history is a record of our actions, then philosophy is a record of our consciousness. It'd be like a snapshot of what the people were thinking during those time periods when philosophy was going on, because things were good enough where we could sit around and talk. You didn't have to worry about, hey, is this Puma going to eat me today? Nana ate a mushroom and she's not acting right. No, they could just go to the Agora and be like, hey, could you type that into chat by chance? Which part? Oh, okay. I gotcha. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you like that. No, man, thank you. I'm quoted. Yay!
Welcome back. The monumental awaits the above. The monumental will explain the nexus to thee.
Alright, let's go and do the monumental. That way I can... We'll go back to talk. Just kind of trot off there for a second, like, oh, I'm walking upstairs. What it is I don't want to die in the Nexus. Like, just being very cautious. I would like to not have to do a Bridge Between Streams episode 3 for another take. I'd like to get out of this quagmire because it's not giggity anymore. By this point, it's just getting sad.
We have long awaited you, Slayer of Demons. I am one of the Monumentals. We preserve the fabric of reality. There is a tale I wish to tell you. Once, we too a scourge of demons faced. In the distant past, under benevolent rule, the world was united owing to the soul arts. Until a lust for power caused the awakening of the Old One. Across the land seeped a colorless, deep fog, and the world faced extinction at the hands of the demons. Thanks be, we were able to lull the Old One back to its slumber, yet only after the loss of innumerable souls, and most of the world lost, erased by the fog. In order to mend the fabric of what lands still remained, we entrusted 6 leaders with 6 precious archstones, one to the king of a small yet industrious land, one to the king of the burrowers underground, one to the wise queen of the great ivory tower, one to the chieftain of lost and ill-fortuned souls, one to the shaman of the tempest-worshipping shadowmen, and the last to the great giants of the northern lands. The archstones were placed in the fringelands that survived. We contained the Old One here below the Nexus and prohibited the soul arts. Finally, we became monumentals, half-living sentinels of the fabric of reality. Alas, the other monumentals have perished, and only I remain.
There's also a story behind that, but I don't know why. It's a weird tick that I picked up. And makes it hard to make playing a game enjoyable. And I used to enjoy playing video games. I also enjoyed practicing philosophy, but it didn't pan out to where I was doing it academically. And then I think it's more my mind's like, well, no. You're enjoying this, but there's things that you need to be doing, and if you get frustrated enough that you keep restarting it, and you're not going to want to play games, and you'll just focus on other things that aren't this. Like a byproduct of low self-esteem. Being a little open with you there, Drowsy. But no, just like the last time I did it, it's because I had 11 hours of gameplay, and my brain completely denoted the fact that I helped Atomic Darkside out for like 2 4-hour streams, which would have been like 8 hours. I think I had only played for like 3. Got through the opening to be able to him to summon me, and then I was running with him. Then I saw my game time, and I'm like, 11 hours, and I've done nothing, and I lost those 36,000 souls. The only choice is to go back to the beginning. Ah. But that's not the only choice. That was never the only choice I had. There's always the choice of moving forward. But the tick does not say that. And then, it's like Unnamed Space Idol. I got to a point where if I didn't get the opening done in like less than a minute and 46 seconds, which is completely dependent on how the the first set runs. So, like, you'll never get that time unless everything lines up for that time. Kind of sounds like how I am with some things. Oh, yeah. It's, I'm sorry. I know what it's like when I deal with it. But the only way that we grow is to move forward. Like, that's the only way. And it's, I don't know if it's, we all have our things, you know? But only by recognizing them and talking about them and moving forward. So, like, with streaming, so Death Stranding is one of the ones that I would restart. And, because I'm like, oh, I spent so long, and it was just I think the first time I played it, through the pre-order, I beat the second chapter, but I was trying to do everything, and I beat the second chapter, and it was like 21 hours in, and I'm like, I've almost spent a day, and I was only on the second chapter? Like, this is preposterous! And then I keep going back to see if I could do it faster. For whatever reason. So then I was like, you know what? If I stream, I can get around the tick. Well, until I get back to Demon Souls. But now I've been recording myself do it, so now everybody knows there's this tick. It is a real thing. By the power of the Monumental, the 4 sealed Arkstones have been unlocked.
Now it is your turn. You must lull the old one back to its slumber and seal it away for all eternity. If not, the deep fog will absorb all that we know. Have you the strength to bear this burden? Yes, we are fortunate indeed to have you. Now, go forth and destroy every last demon. The old one, without demons to feed its souls, will a new servant seek and lure you to its bosom. We neutralized the old one and banned the soul arts. Then we spread the Archstones, and in order to mend reality, monumentals we became. However, man's memory of history is ever short, and before long he repeated his mistakes. The monumentals perished, and the Archstones were long forgotten. And the short-sighted King Alant once again roused the old one.
Exactly there, Drowsy. And what he said was, it's kind of the... That guy moved the laptop. It's kind of like you got to do the same thing multiple times to get it the way your brain wants it to go to the next thing. Yes. So it's like, if you don't meet these conditions, then you can't go forward. Or like, you didn't beat the Vanguard Demon in the tutorial, you can't go forward. Like, your entire opening, the rest of your game is just gonna suck because you didn't do this one thing. Or as I said after it, I was like, oh, it's the hairstyle. I didn't go with hairstyle 7. That's what it was. That's why the Vanguard Demon acted the way he did. And it's not. That had no impact whatsoever on reality. The reality of it was, I did not fight in the right area of space. I was hugging the left side instead of the right side, and I think the times that I had fought him in one, it was the right side. I don't think I've ever met someone else like this before, LOL. Oh, well, I appreciate that. I'm one of a kind, because I'm delusional. In the best ways possible. No, I appreciate you coming by and chatting, because I wouldn't have this much fun. So this is what I've wanted to do in the stream. This kind of interaction right here. So I really appreciate that, Drowsy.
Oh, good day to you.
Oh, good
I
day.
can forge weapons for you for the fair price.
Oh, glad to be here, sir. Well, thank you.
You come back alive.
It also makes me glad that I picked Demon Souls back up. Despite the
That woman.
learning curve. We'll
belongs to my
call it that.
daughter. Then she didn't make it after all. My dearest little baby. May she rest in peace. May I ask a favor? Would you mind giving me that hair ornament? I'd like to have it in memory of my daughter. You're a saint. Thank you. Thank you so much. I mustn't forget. It's not much, but please accept this as thanks. I found it discarded on the main road. It might look ordinary, but it seems to possess a strange power. Anyway, I feel that you should have it. It will be happier in your hands. I would be happy to lighten your load and look after any excess baggage.
Alright. Red shirt off.
Best of luck to you.
Put on soldier shield. Take the dagger. That's extra weight that I don't need. Oh, I guess I don't have to wear that clink ring anymore, because I am human.
I would be happy to lighten your load.
I think there was something I was going to ask you, then I was doing that, and, Oh, so what kind of things, I mean, if you don't mind sharing, what kind of things does that happen to you with? So, like, for me, we discussed video games, but what kind of quagmires do you get yourself into? Oh wait, I want those. Actually, thinking about it, that even depends on your interpretation.
Rest assured, your goods are safe and sound with me. Best of luck to you.
My wife hates watching TV with me because I don't hear something perfectly, then I have to rewind it. I've gotten somewhat past it, but it still sucks sometimes. I can agree with that. I can do the same thing. because like, um, it could be, you know, useful dialogue to the story that would affect the rest of the show. But you don't know. Unless you rewind in and it's like, oh, hey, Jim. Just, okay, and he just introduced himself. That's fine.
Best of luck to you.
But it would have been different if it was like, the victim had her hands bound, Jim. We didn't know how she got there. And you're like, oh, okay, this involves the mystery. But in both situations, if you didn't hear it right, and you didn't go back to, sadly, it's not normally important stuff. I've been there too. It's not. It's more often than not, hey Jim, how's it going? Or insert character name. You're like, oh, no, hey, I missed nothing.
I can forge weapons for you.
Okay.
No,
Repair?
no, you're not going to last.
You don't know that, Baldwin. You don't know how long I'm gonna last here. He forgets. I've been here like 4 different times now. Check your long-term memory, Baldwin.
I have sinned. I swore allegiance to Saint Urbain, but was of no use to him. And now I have run away and abandoned his augustness. O Lord, punish me, for I have not the strength to punish myself.
Oh my god, that's great. Wouldn't that be some shit? And then what's the all that show where the celebrities are like, yeah, I found my long lost second, third cousin, twice removed. 2 streamers found each other. One decided to play Demon's Souls, the other one was streaming for a while, and decided, hey, I'm gonna check out this guy based on his name. Little did they know the story that would unfold before them, and the friendship that would blossom from there on. No, I really do appreciate it. Please don't take offense to that. Comedy is how we go. It's our lore now. There we go. Oh, I love it. I love it, Drowsy.
I hesitate to imagine your present state, deep within the darkness, when no light shall ever shine. Will you continue to pray, even in such misery?
I imagine he will.
A warrior from afar, are you? May you enjoy victory in battle. Umbasa.
I also like the remaster, how they added more accents to the character, the NPCs.
Have you met the last surviving monumental? Those fools revived the old one on a whim. And now, they've trapped us here in the Nexus in a desperate attempt to undo their mistake. It's all a travesty, if you ask me.
I do too. When the PS2, I think they all sounded like, kind of like the Final Fantasy is very British. Or like a, maybe Brit, Scottish? I don't know, some of them. I would say Irish, but it wasn't quite Irish. But I like what they did. I like what they did with the voice acting in this one. Oh, that noise is you turning your mic on and off? No, actually, I don't know what that other noise is. Nope, that's a mystery noise, Drowsy. Does it make a click before I start talking?
Still alive? I am impressed. This is something that might interest you. The black-robed maiden of the Nexus looks after the flames. She's the morose one, with eyes sealed, compacted by wax. She can control souls like no other. Bring her the souls of men and demons, and she will embolden your flesh and blood with their power. But beware, do not decay into a foul beast.
There's another person we need to talk to. Salsa.
What do you want, brute? I have no use for aggregates like yourself. Away with you.
Alright, now that I've been shunned by the sorcerer. Your intelligence is not high enough for him to talk to.
Back in the time that I lived in Boletaria Castle, King Alant left on some strange business, then returned with horrible demons in tow. Soon, the land was ravaged by soul-starved madmen. My spine shudders just to think about it. If I did not have my miracle stone shard, keepsake of my grandfather, I may not have survived.
I'm good. It's just the sound from the PlayStation.
If I did not have my miracle stone shard,
I would not have survived. Alright, Kendall Maiden.
Brave soul, for whom death is no fear. Prithee, lull the old one back to its ancient slumber.
I almost parried the poor gal. Eye stones briefly connect to diffused worlds. Should you lose your physical form, remember the eye stone. The Maiden in Black manipulates souls with inhuman prowess. Her strength allows her to aid slayers of demons.
What is it? Seekest thou the power of souls? I understand. Pray forgive me. Perhaps I thought wrongly of you. I am sorry.
Now there's a reason for this, because then she gives you another bit of dialogue and then offers you the same question.
I have always been here in this nexus. I was here when the old one awakened, and I will be here when it rests once more.
So I was thinking back on that and realized that, the Maiden in Black, her existence is intrinsically tied to the Nexus. And it was before the old one even woke up the first time. She was here. So, I don't know. I don't know what that means, but I feel like it's very... She's been here a while. She's got some age. But she doesn't age.
What is it? Seekest thou the power of souls? Of course. After all, thou requirest strength. Go ahead. Touch the demon inside me. Let these vagabond souls become thine own. Myself, I'm only here to tend to each flame. I keep the candles lit and serve the brave demon slayers who are trapped here. Soul of the mind, key to life's ether.
Alright.
Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
Yeah, that'll work.
Art thou finished?
Yes. Deltar.
May thy strength help the world be mended.
Let's go ahead and go and get stuff I need from here. Arction of the Phoenix Demon. Past the huge gates of Boletarian Palace. Boletarian. Oh, you know, I had it right the first time. Past the huge gates of Boletarian Palace. I feel like there should be another letter there, or word. Anyway, lies what is now a feeding ground for dragons. The cliff pathway, which leads to the inner ward, where knights make their abode. Getting myself all tongue-tied. But I held on to my human form for about a minute. No. I think we'll be alright. There we go. Hello, Strava.
Hello? You yonder. Over here. It's me, Ostrava. Look at me. Again, fenced in by enemies. Could you assist me one last time? Clear out the soldiers blocking this passage, if it please you. The Lord's Path, just over there, is now a feeding ground for dragons. Have your wits about you.
That's good advice every day. Oh. Sometimes. Soldiers up the stairs. Actually, I think I'm gonna go pop on pop on short bit. Well, you know, see if I can get in the storm shrine. In theory, if I can get to the merchant, he sells a short bow and a long bow, which does not require extra strength and dexterity, which would give me the range weapon that I need. It's magic. Fine, I just got kicked in the face. It's okay. Tis but a flesh wound. I haven't listened to him in years. Who's that?
It's simple. In trade, I'll give you weapons, or forge the ones you already have. With your souls, I can eke out a living. And with my weapons, you can go on living. Not a bad deal, eh? Do come back alive. I need your business.
From, Monty Python? Oh, I have enough souls. Oh, never mind, I am wrong, then my bad. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's a used phrase. So it might not just be from Monty Python. I mean, I kind of remembered it being in there. I had said it at work, and one of my buddies was like, "Oh, from Monty Python." You know, he's bleeding out, and he goes, "It's just a flesh wound." It's like, I kind of remember that scene, but I feel like that's been used in other movies, too. So, I don't know. I don't feel like it's just, you know, a one movie phrase. If I want to go here. Oh, Dunham! Jeff Dunham. With Peanut. Yum! It's good, it's good, it's good! Jeff Papa. Dunham.com. Yeah, let's go get just like 400 souls. That's all I need. I'm gonna go buy my soul arrow first. And then I'm gonna try and find get to the merchant, I think, in the Storm Shrine. I know, you know, one square would give me what I needed. But also, sucked my brain out, so there were trade-offs. I would say so and so, but the kids today are like 6, 7? Because it could be 6 or 7? Oh, I almost thought he was gonna backstab me. I was like, oh, cool guy. Good job. Then he did not. The character let me down. He swung the other way. It's like, but it was you, Yuza. No. I disagree. I know where I had you pointed. My kids do the same. I know. Not that I know your kids, but I can imagine, because it all started with one of my coworkers said it. And then, like, the very next day, my daughter came home and was like, hey, Daddy! And I was like, what, 6, 7? Like, wait, why? What? When I left for work, you knew nothing of the 6, 7 and didn't use it. I come home and now you're like, 6, 7! Then you silently cringe to yourself in public school! Oh, the advancement of internet use. But then again, I mean, they did kind of change the meaning of bread, so which I was unaware of. At least in the Urban Dictionary version of it. It's not bread anymore. I'll plant the seed, but it's on you whether or not you want to look it up. But there was a guy, the Onion Helmet, who showed up on a stream when I was just getting into this, before I changed the name and everything. And he had written this statement about, oh yeah, I gotta get that bread. Oh no, Drowsy, no you don't. No. No. Just, no, nobody needs that bread. That is not a time to go for bread, okay? Just, it's almost as bad as like somebody taking and baking and being like, I made my husband bread for my own Yeasty concoction. Sally's special recipe. Sally's special ingredients. Just a little bit of yeast. Oh no, that's like, if you go on down the list, it does, but it doesn't mean, no, I thought that too, because I was like, hey, the 70s, you know, I gotta get that bread. I thought the same thing. Drowsy, I did. And so if it wasn't for because he had written something about Socrates walking down the street, eating olives and bread and talking to the people, and my automod, the automod caught it, and the philosopher in me was like, I wonder why that statement got flagged, right? So I searched it, everything seemed normal, and then I looked at and I was like, wait a minute. There's this thing, the Urban Dictionary. I'm like, I'm gonna just search it in the Urban Dictionary to see if maybe there's some other reason why this thing got flagged. Because I'm like, it's bread, right? No, it's changed. It still means money, but the first like 7 things down the list are not involved with money whatsoever, sir. Also eating in an entirely different way. I'm scared to look it up. Yeah, don't worry. I did. And I can tell you. It's on you, sir. There are some things that we're better off not knowing. Or some things that should just stay as bread and not what they are now. But, you know, that's where technology is a beautiful and dangerous thing. Because we can just change our words now. And then the poor young folk are like, oh, that's always what it meant. No, it didn't. It never meant that. Then you wonder why you're like, oh, I ate this whole loaf of bread, and somebody looks at you like, what? I'm like, oh, bread's not bread for you, is it? Nope. Fuck off, Split. Not today. I'd like to retain my humanity. Soon, Redhelm. Soon I will help you. Well, at least attempt to help you. I've gone down to him, but I've never figured out exactly what to do to get him out. So, that'll be a learning experience.
Are you here to face the demons? If so, please free Sage Frake the Visionary from his cell in Latria. I will help you, however I can. I can teach you elementary spells. Sage Frake is a gleaming hope for humankind, but I have not the power to save him alone. Master Frake is a great man who has systemized the magic of the Soul Arts to make it possible for human imitation. By observing the state of Boletaria and the demons within it, he is likely to pave the way for greater things. All the more reason that I must meet Master Frake as soon as possible.
Yes, Drowsy, I felt the same way. Such a long list. Bread's not bread anymore.
All the more reason that...
You know what's worse is it's apparently...
It would not be granted to one such as yourself. I had to make an exception for the sake of Sage Frake.
I had to make an exception. So I offered you magic for a price, but we're not going to talk about the price, the fact that I taught it to you. Okay, I attuned it. I was like, did I walk out of there and not attune my spell? Oh, we gotta change that number. That doesn't bode well. That's right. I am one soul short. Okay. Penny late and $1 short. I think that's how that phrase goes. Alright, the Storm Shrine. So I'm going to need a bow. The island shrine of the Shadow Men who worshipped storms and mourned the dead. Since the appearance of the flying storm beast, the souls of the dead have been lured to the island by its demons, where they are revived by finding purchase in the bosoms of uninhabited skeletons. The island's edge. Let's go! Bling! I don't have it yet. It'll get there. Alright, you know what? Just, I'll slightly reevaluate things. That was not a great start. Come back and not get beat up so much. Alright, I'll take that was a little bit better. Every time. They made that lightning so... it's more intense now than what it was. Or maybe that tree was already burning, like in the old one. They don't recall lightning. There we go. Yeah, the one. Let's go. Alright, follow me. Down, go. Wait you here. Good. Oh. That was a mistake. Alright. May need to upgrade it a couple times before doing this. And do just a little more damage. We're trying to get to the Yeah, that's what I'm not. Not chancing it, not right now. Nope, we're gonna make a wise decision this time. Especially because it's 3. Oh, alright, I'll catch you. When you're back. Actually, how long are you gonna be? Because, I can set the next stream up. We got, dinner's done. So if we need to take a break, I'm not sure what time. Oh yeah, I don't have the, time going on here. Yeah, 2.5 hours. So yeah, actually, I'll shoot you a message when I go to stream, and we'll just go ahead and call it right here. And then, because I'm on night shift this week, so I'll be able to get on here and stream. Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. Then I'll just go ahead and eat, and then, yeah. That sounds like a great plan, Ash. Yeah, definitely, Drowsy. So, yeah, I'll get a hold of you on Discord and let you know when I go to stream. And see what's happening. Or a whisper on here. Either or, I'll let you know. Because this has been awesome. Thank you so much for the follow and then coming by and chatting. This is one of the best streams, in my opinion. Which, since I'm the streamer, I feel like that's a lot. So, you know. Alright, so that's what we'll do. We'll catch this up when I get back. And hopefully everybody has a chance to stay warm and grab yourself something to eat and a drink. And we will get back into Demon's Souls here in a little bit. You have to hang on a second. I have one of those little printer ads. It's blocking the chat. So I can only see half of it. I need to download and install it. Go away. No. Alright. Oh crap. I may have lost the chat. It closed all of the browsers. Oh, alright, there we go. Happy to be here. I will say I have another buddy who streams at 9, so I may miss some of the next. Okay, yeah, that's cool. I just appreciate you coming and hanging out. This has been awesome. So yeah, if you can make it, awesome. If not, no worries. I wish there was an easier shortcut to late stream. I had to reopen all the tabs. That's what that ad cost me. Luckily, it all happened in the Nexus, so.
I can
go ahead and repair, so we don't have to remember to do that.
You come back alive.
And this philosophy program was brought to you by A Nothing That Became Something and The Last True Philosopher. Thanks for watching, and remember, you are infinite potential within a finite body, capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. If the video made you giggle, then give that like button a tickle. If it made you laugh, then give the subscribe button a smash. And if it made you think, well, then please share the link. I hope you have a great day, week, month, and year. See you here next time, either live or in the future past, but that's for you to decide. Want more ways to engage in true philosophy? Check out YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at The Last True Philosopher. And feel free to email me your thoughts at thelast truephilosopher@gmail.com.